Hi everyone, welcome back to Grow Kit. So just a quick episode today. I'm just going to be sowing some seeds. I've got a couple of varieties of tomato and I've got some Brussels sprouts to try. I've not tried growing Brussels sprouts before, so I'm going to give them a go this year. And I've got two varieties of tomato. So we're going to sow them seeds today. So I hope everyone's well. I hope you've all come through these storms okay. I hope you haven't had any damage up at your allotments and whatnot. Hope all your greenhouses have survived. So yeah, anyway guys, I'll turn the camera around and we'll get cracking. Alright then guys, this is what I'm going to be sowing these tomatoes in. This is what some grapes came in, so save buying more propagators. These are ideal because the lid's clipped down and they turn into basically little propagators. So this is the first variety of tomato, and this is Costoluto Fiorentino. Probably said that wrong, but it's a big Italian favourite. It's got great taste, apparently. So I like the big beefsteak ones. They're ideal for sandwiches and stuff. So I'm just going to fill this up with some compost. This is just sieved multi-purpose compost with a little bit of core added to it, just to help it hold moisture a bit better. So what I'm going to do is fill it most of the way up, gently firm it down and level it off. I've got the seeds. Inside that packet there's another little packet, and they're inside there. So they're standard tomato seeds, quite small but easy enough to handle. So I'm going to try and do it relatively neatly and space them out well so they're easier to separate. So I'm only going to do about 8 in here, because that should be plenty for what I need. Probably only want 2 plants anyway, so there's 8 in there. Pop the rest back, and I will just cover them lightly with another 1/2 centimetre or so of compost. Doesn't have to be exact. Just make sure they're covered up well, and then we will give them a water. I've just got one of these pump spray bottles. They're ideal. So you want to give them a good old water, because this is the only time we're going to probably water these until they're germinated, unless the compost does dry out, which it shouldn't do. Alright, so that's them ones done. The Costoluto Fiorentino. Get a label on there, and we'll move on to the next ones. So this variety is Roma VF, with tasty plum tomato. I think this is similar to the plum tomatoes you get in the shop, but I'm not sure because I haven't grown these ones before. So they just come in this little packet as well. Same again with these. Fill this up. Most of the way with your compost. You don't have to sieve your compost, multi-purpose is fine. I just find it sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, but It certainly makes life easier. You don't have to keep picking the bits out. So same again with these. I'll do the same, 8 seeds in here. Spread them out. Oh. So sometimes there's a couple stuck together. So if you just separate them, it doesn't matter too much. And depending on how many you want, just sow a few more. We should have about 90% germination rate on these, hopefully. But yeah, so them one's done. I'll just pop the seeds back in there. Again, cover them up. Good ½ centimetre of compost. More or less. And just give it a pat down. You don't want to press it down too hard. Just level it off and pat it down. Give them a good old water. Pop your label on. Now these tomatoes I'm going to be keeping somewhere warm, so they'll be in the boiler room for now. It's quite warm in there until they germinate, then they can come out. They don't need light until they're germinated, so that's fine. So we'll move on now to the Brussels sprouts. Now, assuming these are in a packet as well, inside here. I'm not actually sure. I wish they'd make these packets resealable. No, they're not. So we're going to basically do the same again. Fill this up with compost. Get your seeds out. Whoa, there's a lot of seeds in this packet. And they're quite small again, but they're quite easy to see. Some variation in colour. There's some reddish ones there. Most of them are black, brown, and quite small. So again, with these, because they're quite small, I'm not going to be as neat as I was with the tomatoes. I'm just going to sprinkle them over, as long as they're not too close together. That'll do me. Now, I've got plenty of seeds, so with the tomatoes you probably only get 10 or 20 in a packet. With these, there's hundreds in this packet. So there we go. Spread them out. If you want, you can spend time making sure they're all spread apart, but that'll do for me. I'm just going to cover them up again, same as the other ones. Just level off the compost and pat it down gently. Just pump up that and give them a good water. these are just going to go on the windowsill. They don't need as much heat as the tomatoes, so they don't need anywhere warm-ish, but tomatoes actually need quite a lot of warmth to grow, whereas these don't as such. So there we go, guys. So hope you find that useful. So the varieties are your Brussels sprouts, fill basket, and tomato Roma VF, and tomato Costoluto Fiorentino, if I'm saying that right. So there you go, guys. Alright everyone, so thanks a lot for watching that. Just a quick seed sowing episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll keep track of the progress of them seeds. I'll show you an update of them as soon as they start to germinate. Yeah, so thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you next time. See you later, guys.